Yes, this is the cutting edge. You know, say the Easter they pan way, so I refer have to eat no food, you understand, when I fight against it. So, Easter, Bad Friday, Easter, what them call Holy Thursday, Bad Friday, Easter Saturday, Easter Sunday, and them get an extra day and call it Easter Monday. The Easter Monday is claiming respect for the day Sunday. And Sunday, them don't want to do anything funny, so them put it on Monday. So meanwhile, they go to church on Sunday and have all their religious rituals in the churches. Then they can now Monday do whatsoever them please. That is totally opposite to what they was talking about Sunday. You don't believe me? Remember all the Easter them. Easter Sunday. I remember all the Easter Monday. And see if Easter Monday have anything to do with Easter Sunday. And them call it Easter. What bun and cheese have to do with Easter? Where in the Bible it tell you about bun and cheese? Or where in the Bible tell you about rabbit and egg? Or where in the Bible it tell you about Easter? Them configure some things together and put it together and come out with that idea. But those of us who know, and most people in Jamaica don't celebrate Easter. Most of the denominations them in Jamaica don't believe in Easter. So it's not like say, even though most Jamaicans claim Christianity, but most Jamaicans don't believe in Easter. I don't think even the Prime Minister believes in it too. But as a mark of being the Prime Minister, he have to respect the holiday. And most people want the holiday. Because we work so that we need the holiday. But it's just weird that them lock down the country 3 days. I celebrate something where not real. Where them conjure up in them mind and bring to us as something historical. There was no Last Supper. We know that. Historically, the Jews them celebrate the Passover. What is the Passover? For those of you who don't know, the Passover is the story that them have when Jehovah, God, was sending the destroyer through the town, the city, to kill off all the firstborn them. Because him said this is the time now where them go and make all the children of Israel go across the Red Sea. But him lay a thing and him say to some of the man them, mark, get some blood and mark it upon the doors of certain ones, that the destroyer can pass over, that death will not take hold of them, but it will pass over them door. And according to that story, the Passover yield many deaths. All the firstborn them that was murdered in that place in Egypt, according to the story. Even Ramesses' son dead. Remember that Moses and his brother Aaron was the ones who were supposed to lead the people them. So the story goes is that death passed over and them giving thanks for leaving Egypt because they also passed over the Red Sea. And them go through the Red Sea. Thus, the Passover feast, the feast of the Passover, for those of you who don't know, but that is what, according to the Bible, that was what Yeshua was celebrating They were celebrating the feast of the Passover. Now, have nothing to do with the Easter. They have nothing to do with the Last Supper. Them configure something to make it fit into a story. It's like them cut off them foot to fit the shoes. So when them bring it to you now, you not think pan where the Jews them, where the Jewish people them recognize it as. You think pan where the Greco-Roman people them have you to think. So the Greco-Roman people them, the Jews first come with this Passover thing. Say they must slave in Egypt, well not no go so. And then now the Christian them come now and amplify the situation by saying this supper is the Last Supper. Where a man sit down around a table with 12 men, no woman, 12 men. And him say, this is my, him break the bread and say, this is my flesh, eat. And him take up the wine and say, this is my blood, drink. Those are all rituals that is found in many cultures of the world long before that argument. There are many cultures in the world that people is cannibals, eat the flesh of them enemy and drink the blood of them, of the warriors in them tribe, because them feel say the blood that flow through the great warrior, when it go through them, they also will become a great warrior. Thus this ritual of drinking blood and sacrificing, eating flesh. So cannibalism is the genesis of the story that the Christians configure it, that the Christians turn from a dead thing that the Jews come up with to tell you, say, gotta go kill off all the firstborn in Egypt. And then now, them come now, the Greco-Roman, them come now and say, this is a ritual that is designed to perpetuate a certain cannibalistic mentality where you drink the blood and eat the flesh and it become part of you. That is not unique to the Christian thinking. Up to this day, in India, you have people who eat flesh of human beings. In Papua New Guinea, you have people who eat flesh of them enemies. It is not something that we should entertain in our thinking as human beings looking for our humanity, where blood represent healing of the spirit, of the soul, of the energy that's supposed to carry us into this divine self. So blood is what is idolized and symbolize transformation. Blood is what Christians seem to be invoking in them ritual of life. The blood is the life. The blood is the life force. And that is what we call people of old used to do with blood. Some of them even go further than that in certain female what we call matriarchal societies, the woman's period was part of that blood energy. The blood energy represent a certain power and a certain strength. So you have tribes, women in this tribe used to give homage to that monthly cycle, that energy, that flow represent a certain power and a certain strength. So this argument about the blood of Jesus must wash you, and the blood of Jesus must do this, and you must, the only way you can be saved is through the precious blood of the Lamb. And you see them say lamb because it originates from killing animals to the point where them start to kill human beings. Yes. And if you go in a certain place like Belize or in Mexico and certain places, they have nations who used to drink the blood, as we say, of powerful people and give the flesh to the gods. So they would get virgins. The idea of a virgin being elected or selected by a supernatural power never originate with Christianity. But Christianity take it as part of their ritual too, to talk about the virgin giving birth. Because in most religious practices, that is not what we call Judaism, Christianity, or Islam. The blood and the flesh of animals are used as living sacrifice to them God. And we never separate Judaism neither, because Judaism full of that, offering up the best part of your stock to the Lord. Even in Genesis 8, when Noah come out of the ark after so much days in the ark, saving these animals, one of the first command that he got from this God was to take some of the animals and offer them up as a burnt offering to the Lord, because the Lord loved the flesh, the smell of dead animals. I know me say that. See in Bible, the Lord loved the scent of dead flesh. And that is what we call a right of human beings coming through history, where blood represents life and an energy that is almost saving. So, Easter represents that blood that was shed, because it is said that God offered up his only begotten Son, that whosoever believeth in him should not perish but have everlasting life. And the only way him can give, I think, because if him is an omnipresent God, I don't know why him should have did follow prehistoric mindset and kill his son to save the world. And 2,000 years after, the world still needs saving. But the blood is a very important part of the ritual. The blood is the very, as a matter of fact, is the most important part of Christianity. The blood of Jesus. How many times you listen? How many times you listen to the church services them with these guys who must them who have cancer in them throat when them are ball out and the blood of Jesus, the blood of Jesus. It's amazing that people talk about blood so frivolously. It's like a gunman. When them talk about them, I'm going to make dopey and ghosts and all them something and I'm going to kill a man. It's the same mentality in the other direction. The same mentality in the other direction that tell you, say, you must offer up a lamb to the slaughter. And figuratively and metaphorically now we're speaking about a human being as the lamb. But literally offering up his blood as a human sacrifice. We as human beings in this 21st century should not perpetuate such a prehistoric ritual mindset that believe that there is a person who died 2,000 years ago that figuratively their blood, and it's not figurative neither. It's not figurative neither because the Roman Catholic Church says that the Eucharist or the little thing that them put by your tongue, where you kneel down, and the Father put it by your tongue. In the name of the Father and of the Son and of the Holy Ghost, and put it by your tongue. That bread that him give you represent the flesh of Jesus. And him say, and if you don't believe me, I know how people feel say me is a madman, but you must go check with me and say, if it's not true, call me and tell me Muta, where you get them foolishness from. Because you have people for years that say foolishness me attack, until now, them grow big and realize that no foolishness. You hear me I say now? The Roman Catholic preach to 1 billion people or more in the world say, when them put that bread in them mouth and drink that wine, it literally becomes the flesh and blood of Jesus Christ. Literally, it means say 1 billion people eat the blood, drink the blood and eat the flesh of Jesus Christ. 1 billion, because over 1 billion people join the Roman Catholic. The Pope them things. Rome is under the auspices of Rome. That's why them call them Roman Catholic. Catholic means universal. So if you are a Roman Catholic, that means that you are a universal Roman. It's like the Commonwealth. If you are part of the Commonwealth, that you are under the British sovereignty, British rule. If you are a Roman Catholic, you are under the Roman sovereignty, the Pope rule. So over 1 billion people next weekend will be celebrating the shedding of Jesus' blood for the redemption of their sins. And when Monday come, especially in the British Empire, where them respect Sunday, when Monday come, that repentance and that saving grace that is supposed to continue, not only Lent, but forever and ever, is forgotten until them want to baptize themselves and dip themselves in the water again to start over the whole process. It's a crazy thing. Crazy thing. And to think that them are black people, especially in Africa, black people who are suffer like dog, where one president call it whatsoever all, Africa and Haiti, Nigeria, most of West Africa, most of the Central Africa, Ethiopia, all of these places, to think that people who are suffer Suffer to the core. Next week, they will be doing the ritual again. And the next year, them do the ritual again. And for years in, year out, the Greco-Roman ritual will continue perpetually on a lot of African people consciousness. When we are going to wake up, when we're going to wake up and recognize that these symbols that has been placed there by Rome, not Babylon. Rome put it there, not Babylon put it there. Because the Babylon alone, and them did have them other little ritual there too. Same flesh ritual and blood ritual. But it's not Babylon put it there. The only reason why I will fight against Babylon is because of our Judeo-Christian mindset. We spend more time against Babylon rather than against Rome. Because it is the Roman Empire that perpetuates these things, and the Greco-Roman Empire even worse. Because Greece was once a superpower, Rome come take over, and it's Greco-Roman, and most of the things that we read from Matthew to Revelation was put there by the Greeks and the Romans. It's the Greeks and the Romans put it there. We never have nothing to do with that. Nothing at all. The Greeks and the Romans put that there. And maybe we could have passed it out when it was like 100 years ago. But knowing what we know now, and if we didn't know what we know now then, it would be a different scenario coming on. People die because of these thinking. Because Rome perpetuates that in our mind. That is why the country gets locked down whenever Rome decides it wants to lock down. And most of it when the country locked down, and then we hear Christmas, we don't know where it come from. But we celebrate it. Most of them don't ask that question. So tell me something. Jesus Christ is really born on the 25th December, and go search. Because if you hear something different, you say, foolishness that my granny didn't know it, and my mother didn't know it, so where you come and talk about something different. Easter, Good Friday, Lent, Ash Wednesday, Valentine's Day, and the list goes on and on and on and on and on and on and on. And we accept it. This is the cutting edge. It amazes me how people regurgitate old sayings. Like people say, give me the old time religion, it was good enough for this, it was good enough for that, so it's good enough for me, without even investigating or even think. Just think. Because them don't allow you to think for yourself. Because sometimes if you think for yourself, you realize how stupid you was thinking the things them that you were taught. Check it. A whole heap of the things them where your grandmother used to say, your mother used to say, or your father, your grandfather used to say, you know. If you start to really think about it, you know, you realize about weird. How many did I think that because them teach me that? Why me couldn't say them things that was just for them think that? And it have no reality, no realism in where is and where supposed to be. What heap of the things them? What heap of the things them? When them start to put it, and when you start to use your brains, when you start to think for yourself, when you start to use information rather than superstition to guide you. Because most of it, that is what we do. We lack of information because we have very superstitious nature and tendencies. Inspired people is inspired because of information. Inspiration without information is superstition. So a whole heap we walk around with a whole heap of superstitious ideas and think so we are inspired. We have to make information guide you, because the people with the most information is them going to run your life, or is them running your life. More information is the more you will be able to assess what is and what is supposed to be, not what is not. Because really and truly, that is really where guide we know what is not. What we think it was, and it isn't. So we look upon certain where them says history. And a theme story, that's why we say his story. And not my story. His story and not my story. His story decide how him going to run for him life and run other people's life. And so you now get engrafted into that and feel say you is them. And you is not them. You is not a Roman. How black people become Roman Catholic. How you become a universal Roman. Oh, black people make a man the way over in a Rome do so much, the empire do so much wickedness on earth from them time till now. We carve out so much war. Most of the war them that has been fought on the earth is because of land. And these people venture out of their land to take away other people's land. Land is the basis of power. You don't have no land, you don't have any power. Last week here we played this thing about who control the world. The queen owns most of the land them. She's the biggest landowner upon the earth. The queen, Anglican, which is a offshoot of the Roman Catholic Church. We don't have no land. And the land where we have, where we claim now, people are say, where you want Africa for, said people them are starved down there. The people them are here that appear war are going down there. Nobody no want to go down there. We as Rasta ball out say Africa, Africa, Africa. People are say, no, what you talk about? New York, you see, them call it twice because it's so nice.
Welcome to Jamaican Roots and Culture. I'm Pat Clark. Jamaican cuisine is an important part of our folk culture. Jamaicans make poetry in the kitchen. The tradition of flavorful cooking was established by generations of women who started from childhood and, as grannies, performed miracles on a raised fireplace with 1 or 2 iron pots, black from use, 1 or 2 bowls of clay called yabas, and sticks of firewood. There were always 1 or 2 in a village who cooked sweet, earning the envy of other women and the respect of all the men with their stewed chicken, ackee and salt fish, dip and fallback, rice and peas, and escovitched fish. They had no clock, no timer but the sun, and an inbuilt sensing device that told them when the stew was ready or when the wood fire should be damped down. They had no books of recipes, just their memories, well-developed taste buds, and skill in stretching scraps of meat and fish. These women, whether they worked in the kitchens of the great house, where meat was plentiful, or as cooks with a growing number of upper and middle-class Jamaican families, or in their own kitchens, created the typical dishes of Jamaica. Because of climate, fresh meat and fish had to be used quickly or salted and cured. Salted cod, mackerel, and pickled herring kept better and went further. Pigs, goats, and chicken supplied most of the meat that was used. Beef, being more expensive, was not so plentiful. Bread kind, the general name for starchy food, was varied with the different kinds of yams, sweet potatoes, bananas, plantains, cassavas, dasheen, eddas, and cocoas, along with cornmeal and flour. There was a wide range of vegetables such as callaloo, a Jamaican form of spinach, pumpkin for soups and as a vegetable, cabbage, okra, tomatoes, and there were different types of peas like red kidney beans, locally called red peas, and gungu peas. In Jamaica, the basic theory is that soup must have substance. This means thick soups rather than clear, not creamy soups, but soups thickened with vegetables and bread kind, and flavored with thyme, scallion, and pepper. There are Jamaican versions of such favorites as oxtail soup, fish broth, cocoa soup, beef soup, and a cook-up, a meal that in itself would make a man as strong as a cow, based on meat, chicken, yams, and cocoas that were included. One of the most famous Jamaican soups is a pepper pot soup, a glorious combination of callaloo or spinach chopped fine, okra, soup meat, onion, garlic, and coconut milk with a few shrimps thrown in for good measure. Scotch bonnet pepper is commonly used in Jamaican soups. It is usually boiled whole in the soup, as if cut, it would be too spicy. Then there is red peas soup, made from the most popular of all the family of peas and beans, the red kidney beans. Ingredients for this soup should include soup meat, cocoa, edo, dasheen or yellow yam, scallion, thyme, and unbroken country pepper. Basically, the same ingredients are used for pumpkin soup, which should be made from fixed-term pumpkins of a rich yellow color. In Jamaica, Saturday is traditionally the day for pumpkin soup. And now, to end Jamaican roots and culture, here's our famous quotation from the Black diaspora. Chance has never yet satisfied the hope of a suffering people. Action, self-reliance, the vision of self, and the future have been the only means by which the oppressed have seen and realized the light of their own freedom. The words of Marcus Garvey. For Jamaican Roots and Culture, I'm Pat Clark.
Yes, Pat Clark. Yes, may I tell you, say she mentioned Saturday as soup, but you don't mention Wednesday. Wednesday as stew peas and rice with a good old pig steal in it. May I tell you, Wednesday with the big old kidney bean, them stew peas and rice, white rice, pig steal in it. The pig steal no entitled stew peas and rice. Yeah, man. And then now, them used to have this all-in-one with the rice and peas, with the pig steal mixed up in the rice and peas, man. May I tell you, man. I don't know if she know I mention that because she don't say a Muta program, but Muta program I can mention it. Yeah, man. We did have special day for different food, man. Friday, mother no cook. She go with money for go up at the Chinaman restaurant up at the top of North Street there and text late car there. Patty and cocoa bread and drinks. You think so we never love it? Patty and cocoa bread and drinks, man. No cook on Saturday, Friday. But Saturday, we know say the soup. Sunday, the big dinner day. Take out all the Pyrex dish them and all, put goblet them and put carrot juice, whole heap of condemned milk in it. Condemned milk like worries, man. The carrot you so red. You see the condemned milk gone in it. That little girl already and Betty, she must get old now. But 90 a day old she be now. Condemned milk, carrot juice and no sugar. May I tell you? That was over, and then on the side you have a little lettuce and tomato with no salt upon it. But you have chicken, rice and peas, and that the rice and peas and chicken are nice until Monday morning, And Monday morning it nice. And on the day when you eat it, the Sunday when it cook for When she put the what left in the fridge, man, and Monday come, oh gosh, man, I worries that. Anyway, cutting edge.
To most of the world, I'm a normal guy with my whole life ahead of me. But to me, I'm a human being who's trapped in a broken century. By broken century, I mean this fabricated society around me, where luck determines rights and one person's fortune depends on another's inequality. This is the era of capitalism, competition and industrial revolution. The era where profit comes first before corruption, and everything is counterfeit production. In these times, we reward ignorance and sacrifice integrity for acceptance. We willfully destroy the environment and glorify idiocy over real intelligence. Welcome to the 21st century, the century of Instagram and Facebook. In this century, you can be ignored for your morals, yet worshipped for your looks. because selfishness is portrayed as strength and kindness is mistaken for weakness, and the media teaches us to ignore what's important and instead follow what's popular regardless. We've been taught to believe that to be successful, we need to be wealthy. Real virtues like honor have become irrelevant, and people are now defined by their financial prosperity. But does having the best make us the best? Or does it make us robotic culture clones? And are we truly free if we can't spend a full day without the apps on our smartphones? Do schools really teach us how to think? Are degrees desired for education or validation? Perhaps they're there to teach us how to conform to authority and to prepare us for a broken system. Are religions and nationalities real? Should they really be taken seriously? After all, they're just human constructs, so why do we fight over them? Why do ideas make people forget their humanity? All we are is humanity, and so a person's quality of life should not be determined by their skin color or ethnicity. These things can't be chosen, so they should have no power over a person's freedom or opportunity. Why is kicking a ball around a field worshipped by millions when starving children get little recognition? Why are phones, cars and possessions more of a concern than climate change and animal extinction? Why is pop culture and entertainment prioritized over world injustice and hunger? Why are celebrities seen as role models for selling corrupt messages? Why do we make stupid people famous for being vulgar? What is it that we care about now? Status, image, titles, perceived value? What if these are illusions and famous people are just people? People who manipulate and trick you? Why do we exploit and kill animals weaker than us because we're on top of the food chain? We do treat some animals good, but only on the condition that they offer us a personal gain. Why do we keep fracking, industrializing and burning fossil fuels? That's false innovation. Rapid, unsustainable, infinite growth on a finite planet is impossible. It will lead us to the collapse of civilization. If you haven't noticed the problem, then you haven't been paying attention. We need to wake up, because as a species, we're not headed in the right direction. Is it true that humans are intelligent, or are we ignorant? Can anybody hear me? Is honesty really a virtue if nobody wants to hear the truth? It makes no sense to me. This is the 21st century, yet still there's famine, poverty and war. Why should we work for a system which makes the selfish rich and the selfless poor? 1% of the world's population owns 35% of all wealth. How can we say this is fair and working? It's parasitical to our health. See, I don't care if I'm a student or a professor, an employee or a CEO, because it's the game itself that's broken. Success depends on who you know, not what you know. The majority are being exploited. This is the reality of every day. The takers of society bathe in greed, while the common people slave away. Can anyone see it? We're living a lie. We're part of a game, but we don't realize. Some people win, but most people lose because this system only benefits a few. It's lagging and it's dysfunctional. Capitalism rewards the wrong people. Prosperity isn't earned anymore. It's a privilege dependent on exploiting the poor. These are the symptoms of a failing system. This broken century needs to be fixed. It's time for a revolution.
It's Virgin name Joseph Cotton. I make a big mistake in that song there. I tell you the mistake. Believe you me. And a big mistake. Anyway, I continue today and it's 10 minutes past 12 o'clock. You know, Carol Garden is, well, this memory still linger in the minds of Rastafari, Virgin and Sistine. You know, these people who govern the land, them have a way to do things and make you feel like, say, them actually do something for appease you, pacify you. They make it pacify you. And a whole people get pacified because of certain things. Last year around, well, earlier last year, the government of Jamaica apologized for the atrocities that happened in that 1963 incident that took place in St. James. Ironically, we see St. James is a trouble bed in this time, yeah. Well, the apology did come with an argument about compensation or reparation due to victims of this atrocity, which is the whole of the Rastafari community up to this day, because of Coral Garden. We, the Rastafari Brethren, has gone through many things since 1963 until now. But them say them are going to give a certain portion. I don't remember for 14 million or something, put it in a trust fund for the elders who went through that atrocity. Well, this is 2018. And we see that since last year and now, quite a few elders passed away who was part of that atrocity. Quite a few of elders passed away since that. Here we come again. We're going to now raise up the alarm again on this bad Friday, which is next week Friday. Gathering in Granville to really remember these things, because we can't forget. We can't forget, because them could have deal that can't happen again. Can't happen again. Me not ask somebody that. Me I tell them that. Say that can't happen to Rasta again. You know, there's a country named Dominica. A whole heap of Rasta don't know this, but I'm going to tell you no still. There's a country, a little island named Dominica. Mash up the other day, hurricane, look it terrible. Well, there was a law in Dominica named the Dread Act Law. What is this Dread Law? That an ordinary citizen who own a licensed firearm could shoot and kill a Rastaman on sight, no matter what. Whether I was walking, talking, eating, drinking, sleeping. There was a law that says kill on sight. This is not an exaggeration. This is not an exaggeration. In Dominica, that means that anybody could have just kill a Rasta and get away with it. Because you was a Rasta. It was simple. It was not less. You was a Rasta. You look different, you look terrible. You smoke ganja, you talk about this damn foolish about Selassie God. You could be shot on sight. Can you imagine that? Can you imagine that? It nearly reached that in Jamaica. And it was like that in the Coral Garden time. Rastas were beaten on sight. Anybody who even have beard, maybe never have locks, but just have all a beard. Because them days a bearded man they denied too. So we reach a stage now where we really are going to find out now if the government of Jamaica, when we talk about reparation, because there is a government formed group body that is seeking reparation from Queen Elizabeth and maybe the French too, if he is from Haiti or Republic of Dominic, Martinique, Guadeloupe, and the French territory. Those are French territories. We ask the government of England that they were responsible for one of the greatest, if not the greatest, atrocity against any group of human being on earth, the African race. We ask them for reparation. The government set up a body named the Reparation Committee to search for that understanding of reparation. Most of the Caribbean island is searching Jamaica to come up with that representation for reparation. Yet still, the same government is guilty as charged for holding back on their promise of reparation to the elders that gave through that atrocity. We want to ask the question, and we're not going to stop asking it. What about the reparation for, and then I will put myself in it now. I will put those who was physically involved in that 1963 atrocity on Bad Friday, from Holy Thursday to Bad Friday. We are asking, what about the reparatory justice that is supposed to be meted out to these elders? Knowing that a lot of them gone all of them 80s you know, past them 70s, gone all them 80s, and live out them Rastafari life without seeing justice being done to the group that is known as the Rastafari version and history in Jamaica. So, here we are saying so now, because me not talk for the Rastafari community. Me talk as a Rastaman, individual Rastaman now. Hear me I say now. You see the power and the strength where we are put behind ganja. And I hope a man I go say no, maybe that I told you know smoke ganja while you chat that you know mouth. Well, you know, I don't care. You see the power and the strength where we are put behind ganja. That is the power and strength that we need for reparation, justice for Coral Garden. We know say because of that announcement, the thing lapsed by the Prime Minister last year. We say it lapsed because of the announcement. It's like we get complacent and almost pacify a whole heap away. But the book don't close yet, the chapter don't close yet, the book don't close yet. It cannot close when these guys lay out an argument to the world and Jamaica and the world, and then we don't say them is doing anything to deal with this atrocity, to make it come to a closure. That is where the animosity between Rastafari and government is, not Babylon. We have to get this argument about Babylon out of the psyche, because it kind of obscure the thing. We are talking about the government of Jamaica. The government of Jamaica, it would appear to me, is like them deceiving the people, the Rastafari community, to make Rastafari believe in them heart, say, them go and go do something. Well, we not say them not have nothing in them heart for do, you know. At least I not say that. I just say, how much more of the elders in the Rastafari community is going to die and not see this justice done in their lifetime. In their lifetime. We're not talking about 10 years from now, 20 years from now. We're talking about in their lifetime. The Rastafari Benevolent Society Association must not lapse in them effort to pursue this matter, because we use this microphone many years now to pursue this matter, and we all rub we foot on asphalt and walk miles, so we all demonstrate, so we all do this and I do that. When you see me now, me not walk no more, you know. Me not walking in a no more march. For no carol God, nothing. No Rastaman no come call me, you know, about what's going to march. We march enough already. We march enough already. We don't need to march no more. We need to find out why is it that it is taking so long, and it's long too. Even though one might say last year them time, but it is long because I know of elders who died since that announcement until now. And we don't know if we're going to get up tomorrow morning and hear of another elder dead, and by the time the next celebration come, or that celebration, the next anniversary come next month, next week, we don't know if we're going to hear about other elders will die. We have to be realistic here, so now. We have to be very realistic. We need to find out if the government believes them have more pressing problems upon them plate, you know, that this thing here is just like a sideline thing now. And we sit down here and make it become a sideline issue. Because we never have nothing to do with why them bring a state of emergency in a Montego Bay. We never have nothing to do with Mount Salem become part of them made in garrison situation where them a make. We never make no problem. We just have one thing on the board, yeah. Well, it's not one thing, but a very pressing thing as of now. Because we can talk about other things too. Just like how we talk about the ganja. We can talk about other things. But one at a time, right now, because it's coming up back again. It's coming up back again Friday. Granville, Nyabingi Center. Rastafari go and gather again and repeat the same thing that we have been repeating for years. And we come to a standstill now because the government of Jamaica says sorry. We know that sorry don't make things right. But we know say it is in the interest of governments to admit to wrongs that have been meted out to their citizens. And it has been long in coming, but we hear him say apology and we hear him add other things to it. We want to know where going. We want to hear from the benevolent Rastafari, God benevolent Rastafari, brethren and sisters them. What is happening over that side? Because we go sit down in them meeting and them are talk about a group is supposed to deal with local reparation. So we decided to say, look here, all right, if we can, local reparation means like all our Tivoli yard, no, the reparation thing I go on there, so them claim say them are going to give money and them say everybody must bring who supposed to have a bank account. Them not give nobody individually the money, but them are going to put it in your bank account. We march for that too. As Rasta. We don't live at Tivoli yard, but we march for that too. Barefoot on the asphalt. We are miles for that. We are say Rastafari. I will keep repeating it. Rastafari is what give Jamaica substance. Substance. We give Rastafari, we give Jamaica substance. We make Jamaica become a beacon of hope for many oppressed people all over the world. Rastafari help to elevate African people spiritually and culturally in this part of the world, yeah. And even in Africa and even in Rome. So we have to go through this over and over and over and over. Who control all of these things where we hear say them go do? Is it some Rasta man where we don't know about? Is it some Rasta who will sit down and make a deal with them around the corner? We don't know. But we want to find out why is it that the government make this elaborate statement last year. And that was the end of that. Okay, we apologize. We're going to put 14 how much million in a trust fund and whatsoever. Meanwhile, back a yard, elders them a die off. Now go see that. Terrible. This is the cutting edge on IRFM.
And your journey is long. Choose the right one. Goliath Condom. Excel new Caribbean pleasure for your desire. I am for the long and strong.
Goliath Condom from Slam, now available.
You
You can't miss the party, that is a no-no. March 31st, ho-ho. Beach party, you can't wear polo. Highland Village Beach, Rios Ocho.
The girl with them a wife up and do the promo. On the beach, she a wine in a slow-mo.
Blow out 15 bills, YOLO. 25 VIP, a girl a shout out.
Did the birthday party, the one and name Breeze. A Jenna think so forward out please. Ochi, Island Village Beach. 4 generation, Guineas and streets.
Must be 18 years and older to drink. Drink responsibly. ID required.
Introducing Slavco Wholesale. We have the best prices on all household items, chemicals, meats, beauty products, and so much more. Special discount on selected grocery items. Come see us now at 9 3/4 Linders Road, Kingston 5, or call us and place your orders for pickup or delivery at 665-4132 or 919-6763. Slavco Wholesale. Loyal, serving only you.
It's the Ride of Manchester Open Day on March 23, 2018 at the Ride of Manchester Parish Office, Brooks Park, Manchester from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. Come see exhibits from Gladstoneberry, Newport for Sun, H&L Agro and Agrichem. There'll be farmers market, product samplings and farmers forum. Refreshments on sale. It's the Ride of Manchester Open Day, March 23, 2018. Be there.
Where you rather? Tell me where you rather. Yam, banana, plantain, or cassava.
Most of the Caribbean.
Mommy, can I get a Super Kids? Super Kids comes in many delicious and refreshing flavors. Apple, fruit punch, citrus punch, berry, kiwi, strawberry, and new Jamaican homemade lemonade.
Super Kids is nutritious, rich in vitamins and antioxidants, made from real fruit juice, and it's affordable too. Super moms choose Super Kids. Distributed by Island Breeze. Call us at 828-0001.
There's a massive warehouse clearance now on at Home and Things. Not 30, not 40, but up to 50% off.
What? Up to 50% off?
Yes, up to 50% off. Come select from the widest selection of tiles, bathroom fixtures and faucets, doors, windows, lighting, paints, and much more. All at unbeatable prices.
Sweet! The massive warehouse clearance at Home and Things, Old Hope Road and Constant Spring Road with up to 50% off. It's not just big.
It's massive.
It's fresh, it's exciting, it's Fast Rich Super Sale, Sunday, March 25 to 28. Come shop for your home and industrial needs. Wires from $2,200, breakers, plugs and switches, lamps and chandeliers. Get Philips and GE LED tubes from $599. Yes, $599. This is a big sale. Come enjoy the music, the service, and love the prices. It's Fast Rich Super Sale, Sunday, March 25 to 28. Kingston, Montego Bay, and Mandeville. It's a big one, Fast Rich.
Crushing defeats, heart-wrenching results, and winning joyful smiles, all combined with satisfying gestures. Just a small part of this historical and monumentous platitude. The eventful and always competitive ISSA Boys and Girls Athletics Championships 2018 edition beckons, and here we go again. National Stadium, March 20 to 24. On the girls' side, Edwin Allen looks the pick of the paddock, while the likes of Homewood Technical, San Diego Hydel are beaming with winning ambitions. For the boys' crown, the Bar, Calabar the Star are 7th heaven bound, but Kingston College, Jamaica College, San Diego could seize the food. Hungry! IRFM brings you live and continuous coverage, all courtesy of the Ochoria Sports Center, your highest and Costa parts specialist. Now in stock, Mazda and Subaru hard to get parts. Vashko, a store that gives you more.
Mega Mart, best value by far.
Slavco Wholesale, 9 3/4 Linders Road, Kingston 5. Call us at 665-4132. Slavco, loyal, serving you only. No glove, no love, Goliath condom. From Slam for long and strong. The Edna Manley College of the Visual and Performing Arts, providing a creative education for your career. Create your career now. Felix in the Springs, Shop 4, Springs Plaza Halfway Tree. It's Felix, just feel it.
Courts, bring home Chris and Charles. Save big and achieve your goals with a loan from Chris and Charles in their Marchorama loan sale from now until the end of March. Karnak Hardware, a tradition of great things.
Western Union, moving money for better. Grace Foods, flavor with a beat.
Public Sector Employees Co-op Credit Union, where your financial security matters most. And Flow, the official telecommunications sponsor of the Issa Grace Kennedy Boys and Girls Athletics Championship.
That's Champs Coverage 2018 with the Glory Lane Momentum live on Irie FM.
Irie FM, I did lick that.
Magnum Wet Sundays. Magnum Wet Sundays presents their 9th anniversary. Sunday, March 25th, 2018. Music by Firelinks, DJ Chrome, and DJ Rio. 8 Hillview Avenue off Eastwood Park Road, Kingston. Admission ladies $500 and $1,000.
Come enjoy Magnum specials. Sponsored by Magnum, AutoVision, and Potwa Restaurant and Bar. Magnum, be your own boss and floss.
Magnum Wet Sundays.
Must be 18 years and older to drink. Drink responsibly.
Sector! How dare you get a gigabyte bring something like this in my house?
Me's not a gigabyte, me's a megabyte.
Lennon High, March 29. Old Harbor, March 30. White House, March 31. Here one Mabay, April 1. Kellett High School, April 2.
Sector!
It's time for another March Madness sale at Cable Hardware on Friday the 23rd and Saturday the 24th of March. Get up to 30% off on shower enclosures, jacuzzis, electrical products, and massive discounts on tiles, doors, windows, bathroom fixtures, building materials, and much more. Come get big savings on everything you need for your home. Cable Hardware, 22 King Street, Linston, and 94 Great George Street, Savannah Lamar. From foundation to finishes, delivery available. Conditions apply.
Yes, this is the Culture Edge on IRFM. We're getting smaller through information present itself. It's really a terrible thing now if you don't know. Not about belief now, if you don't know. And sometimes when you look on these things, so you have some fake, real fake argument that if you don't mind sharp, it grab you. Yeah, man. If you don't mind sharp, a woolly pie grab you too. So meanwhile, it is good. Sometimes it turn around to be bad too. You know, water quench your thirst and water drown you. Water is water. But we continue the journey. We continue the journey with my brethren, Akala, great poet, hip-hop artist out of England, Jamaican heritage. Listen.
I think that when we talk about acts of prejudice, by UKIP often come up because they will overtly say stuff that we find offensive. But unfortunately, the issue of race, if we understand it, is a lot more insidious. And it takes a lot more of a historical view to understand the difference between individual bias and structural racism and privilege. And the idea of Great Britain was intimately tied to the fact that Britain's invaded almost every country on the earth, literally. No, literally, there's a map, you can Google it. And so the idea of our greatness was intimately tied to this idea of empire, which was intimately tied to what Rudyard Kipling calls the white man's burden, to go and civilize all these stupid brown folks that have been writing and having civilizations for thousands of years. But let's forget all of that. And so if we fast forward to today, when we talk about structural racism in Britain, do we have the same institutional disparities in rates of imprisonment that they have in America? Yes, absolutely we do. Do we have the same disparities in terms of who's dying in police custody? Yes, indeed we do. In 2011, we were told we loved Libyans so much we wanted to bomb democracy into them. Less than 5 years later, we're leaving people fleeing the same conflict to drown in the sea, while giving a woman space in a national newspaper to refer to them as cockroaches. And when you refer to humans as cockroaches, that is a mandate for murder. Let's be clear about that. The moment human beings become non-human, that is a mandate for murder, and there's a long historical parallel of that. Today, Germany, the country that bombed this country, you know, in our grandparents' lifetimes, so theoretically the grandchildren of Nazis can get in and out of England easier than the grandchildren of people from the Commonwealth who fought against the Nazis. And where do they come from? When we talk about immigrants, do we mean people from Australia and New Zealand? Didn't Boris Johnson go to Australia and say, hey, we're culturally the same? Was he talking about the Aborigines when he said that?
We call them expats.
Right. White people have such a different way of classifying themselves that white immigrants are expats and non-white immigrants are immigrants. So when we say immigrants, if we go to border control, we can go there, Yarlswood, and we go and look at who's there. It's not a bunch of white people from New Zealand. So we have structural forms of privilege and bias that are much more insidious and much more difficult to overcome. The reaction to Africans and Asians coming here post-World War II, to rebuild the country after the Queen's German cousins bombed it, the reaction to them was one of general hatred. It's illogical. These people who had formerly been colonized by Britain had fought in both world wars. India gave 2.5 million volunteers, for those who don't know. When we talk about being saved by America in the war, we want to talk about being saved by India and Russia. That would be a bit more accurate. But that's a bit inconvenient. But the reaction to those people and their descendants has been one that is about structural bias and privilege. The greatest metaphor for this might be Canary Wharf and Tower Hamlets. Sure. If you look at that predominantly Bengali community that has to look at Canary Wharf every day, how many of those people work in Canary Wharf other than to clean toilets?
I only got into that through grime. So the first thing, I'm listening to grime records and they're all rapping about E14.
Yeah.
And I'm going, where's that? And I'm like, Canary Wharf?
Yeah, they're definitely not rapping about I suppose what I'm saying is not about saying that there's bias and bigotry everywhere in the world. The country my grandparents come from, it's pretty much generally accepted that they don't like gay people. But what's interesting, race even plays a role in that. In Jamaica, we have disgraceful homophobia. No one ever says it's because of Christian fundamentalism. Because even though it is justified in explicitly Christian fundamentalist terms, because only Muslims do bad stuff because of their religion. Because we know almost all the Muslims in the world are brown. Whereas when a Germanwings pilot crashes and kills 150 people deliberately, or the man in Norway killed nearly 90 people. I was in Australia when that happened. This is how uniform the agreement is that white people will be portrayed differently. The Australian media referred to Andres Breivik as having terrorist-like tactics.
Yeah.
I mean, to think about that. Yeah. This guy killed almost 100 people, and he's just almost a terrorist.
And he'd written a crazy thing about Muslims.
Oh, it's very clear. I mean, he was a terrorist by any standard. The idea that white is right isn't just a European idea. It's an idea that has had insidious implications, because no matter what, the 700 people that were left to drown off the coast of the Mediterranean, were they white human beings, they wouldn't have been left to drown. And they certainly wouldn't be called cockroaches.
Yes, Bridget, I'm a caller, man. May I tell you, powerful poet, Bridget. Yes. Eel, Cutting Edge.
Eel Mota. Eel the elder. Eel the teacher. Mota, we have so much problem as black people. The main thing when me say as a youth from in the ghetto of Trenchtown, are the church, the Anglican church, and the Catholic church, and the Queen, we control it, Governor General, our problem. And guess what? I can tell you this as a youth. We don't fight the revolution and win it. We don't plant the seed, you know. We don't move the earth with me after and we plant the seed. We win the revolution. Because we make sure, say, no more politics war. But when we say, hold we back right here now, you see, youth them, and the education youth them were out there. We're out of the ghetto. And them are all the back, you know, because them now fight the politicians them and fight the corruption with them education and them research to find out who are corrupt the country. Because the area look out about how much $1 billion, you know. And I say them have used the ear time and I use 3 billion to them have fight crime, you know. And when I look on the whole thing, and them are keep this money in them pocket. Everything what them are do, and to make the money going and feed them pocket. And to keep the Queen paying the money with them owe from World War II. The money that have done pay off yet. You see me? So all of the third world country them have to pay off that money and the money that have done yet. And right now, me not believe in my lifetime, the money that is still a pay off. And me as a youth, I tell you, me already fight the revolution and win it. Me already win it. We win it with me and my friend them win it. So right now, it's the uptown people them and the youth them who got claim to them, got university with them education, and them now need to carry it on and know say what politics were done.
Well, I can tell you something, Bridget. It's the youth them when you talk about we get education and them know farm the government and do the same thing. The same youth them, we go university.
And the whole of them in a government. So the one them in the government need to start coming at the ghetto and make the youth them understand. Because what the thing when I rate here, you know, I come to Jamaica, you know, 94, you know. And I listen to you, you know, I extend my ticket, you know, because I say, yo, as I get to you, I never hear a man come on the radio and talk them way, you know. And I listen to you for 6 weeks, you know. And so between the 6 weeks it's done. I'd be a killing start going, you know. Now I tell her 94, you know. I'd there, so the crime rate starts step up, you know. I'd be a killing start going, and I must fly up, you know. Because you have a little man on me to buy me, little John, them kill him, you know. That's me, I say, I wonder if I need them, they don't want to kill. Because them kill a firing already, and I say, John, no, keep away from the way, and guess what? Them start kill be a thing that's become a foreign and be a people are dead in our community. Nice, be old people, young people, people that are dead, that we can't take it no more. That's me look for my brethren and I say, yo, every minute we have to send money and I bury people. You know the main thing we have to do. Stop this killing here and we need to find out where it a come from and we know where it a come from and we know who are doing it, you know, and that's what we don't know. We know. You see me? But guess what? You see the man them where I do it, them now start doing it because they take influence from private sector, businessman, and they take influence from politicians. You see me? So they now start come kill. You see me? So I'm looking to it about tell me something, I'm going to tell my brethren. I hear so I look at thing, a businessman, I do a thing. I tell me a business, you know, because I'm going to give a damn. A businessman, I do a thing and guess what? I tell him straight, I breed him daughter. And him tell him daughter, so what, in the one, no get a fitness in her bloodline. So guess what, she can have a abortion. I used to say that's where she have the abortion. She pay me back and tell me everything where he may do. And guess what, my traitor come in, we come to him business and she tell me what I go on. And guess what, you don't know where I get to you, you survive off of the road. Me are not thief, man a robber. I'm a 10 feet, I saw my 10 feet. Guess what I mean? I'm going in night. Me I tell you straight in the business. Yeah. I will tell yourself so what? We not give it back and we not give the government it. You see me? Yeah. So guess what? And the government and the businessman, it will go to them set a man to come use fan with. Yeah. You see me? And we lock it down and guess what? With better things, other things in there now. White things in there. White things in there. We destroy that because in our currency we don't support that. Yeah. You see me? Yeah. And what we do, we run where we are the only community we run with the minister. We run with the minister because we say we don't want no minister. And we run with them check the history. And you see this community have the minister for a couple of years. Because we what? We run him work because we see that he might cause a problem. Because what he might do, see the man them where commit the crime, he might send them go a foreign. You see me? He might bring them go a foreign too. Yeah. Not even send them, bring them. You see me? Yeah. Not have the bigger man them and make them bring them to us. So we don't them think that we're not join with them. And we're going to change the thing. And we'll fight and change the thing and guess what them come with. In a 2002, the first free election with Jamaica get, you know what them come with when them people were smart and outsmart them. Mm-hmm. Them come with to say all of them youth the way you see a team up and keep the peace. We have to get rid of them because them a party and have fun. You have to get rid of them. So all of them to come in. You have to tell the whole like we don't know who I'm going to keep this peace. So the whole of them to come in. I tell my brethren said, don't come in because we fly out. And guess what? Enough of them going and dead. Who they dead, they are prison. Some might still get wet out of the system. And the government make this crime, you can tell a big man a foreign say, yo, let me tell you something what I go on in Jamaica. You see what I go on and tell them look at you there. When know where things hide and all of them things there. Them have to rise them and massacre the people. Man. Nobody there to control them because that's the government want. And the state man I say, yes. No, and the government do all of this and do all of that, and guess what? Them raping data Spanish though. 7 man raping data. I look at it when I hear and I say, big man. Me say 7 man raping data, you couldn't tell me. Why you couldn't tell me? Because when me hear you that reasonable. Because me I tell you, say, them things that are going. Because once nobody does to control the youth them wild. Yeah. And then now them start get money and start buy them things. And that the government want.
Buy the government
start do. Have mall. Government police not supposed to own no mall. You see me? No government people that so can you have do business to your own self and not kill the people them. And now driving all kind of killing are going in Jamaica now. People are coming and community kill and God get out and them people never used to go on. Yeah. A government are doing it and the church are behind it. All of them are behind it. You see me? So the full time, we get rid of the governor general and the Anglican church and the Catholic church out of our country. Because them are the biggest spy against us. You see me? Them is the biggest spy. So anything the Rasta man them are plan to try uplift the youth them come with them plans to tear it down. The tear, no, it's not going to work to get rid of these people then.
Which part are you call from, brethren? Eh?
Yeah?
Which part are you call from?
No, America, me
know.
Which part? Tell them to in the America. For a long time, they want me. I'm the only one get one. I'm the only one I'll get now. So a long time, so me tell
you are the survivor. You are the survivor.
I mean, mash up them thing. But mash up them thing, I tell you that. It take me from 1997, it take me to 1999. In next, they not call him name, you know.
No, don't call him name.
With white flag. And the whole thing, I look for my friend and say, look on the road, that's the way I want. That for sure you can. One move. So we keep on a fight against one another. I tell the man and say, listen. And them man, they are the problem, you know. And who they behind it, so them have to move too. And one little private move going on Jamaica. It's not even come from the radio. It's not even coming on the paper. It's them sweep it underneath the rug as one need to say. So when I move them, I don't hear one thing about it. And I say, to the nether day, and the man me sit down the road, and why you go white flag. Be a bag of people behind him. And I say, you know, say, that's what happened uptown. You see me? And that make me forget what? The peace had a stand. And right there so from today, the peace still there. And him she say, what? Meet no keep, and my brethren never go. So my brethren, me go and go, you know. So me I tell the brethren, say, yo, let us go. And make we get this thing up, make them know, say, here what? Jamaica, and get a youth that run it now. It's done. To them deals done. But my brethren back out, kind of say, short them don't know away, make it stay that way there. You see me? It was a good move. You see what I say? But when the whole thing done, them come with plan after, you see me? And kill my boy up the road with me here more time. I not call him name.
No call on him, no call on him.
More time here, the three big man we always talk about with them kill. And them kill him, a government kill him to start politics war again. You see me? Government kill them three man the day when them dead in the evening. You see me? And in the big football field, the one of the big heads them up there. The opposite, the two leader them there. The two of them are laugh and a drink when them three man they are dead. I can't tell people that for me pull up, me drive and pull up to go in the stadium. And me know to them leader they dead so. And then that big man still where used to run the place as a big man. When me hear the man there say him a Dan, they only done that big man there. Him are the real Dan that keep Jamaica quiet. From them get rid of him, 1980, Jamaica turn upside and down. From this other man win and get rid of that Dan run. Jamaica done upside and down.
We have to move now, Bridget. We have to move, yeah.
All right.
Give thanks for the call, man. Give thanks for the call. Serious call, yeah, man. Give thanks. Yeah.
Bless.
Yeah, blessed, man.
I see a girl with a T-shirt with the initial MPLA, and it reminds me of a group.
Yeah.
Only years. I think we have a gorilla group by that initial in Angola.
In Angola, yeah.
That's what I remember.
Yeah, the MPLA, yeah.
Yeah, but I think we did have a reggae group in Jamaica. We used to do instrumental.
They have a tune named MPLA. They have a tune named MPLA.
Okay, the tune is named so.
They named the Revolutionaries.
Revolutionaries.
Yeah, I think they named the Revolutionaries.
Okay. Yeah. So I catch up, you know. I mean, only you are the master, brother GT could have really catch me up.
About the tune?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, so me there, I always listen still, you know. He's a racing gun, you know. Me there, Race Street and Jam Street to be exact.
Are you ready that in the background, eh?
I'm like, the next door, me.
All right, sir. All right, give thanks.
Yeah, man. Every time, Muta.
Yeah.
Muta?
Blessed man.
Well, I have to big up one of your most loyal supporters, you know, because it's his birthday Friday the 23rd, you know.
Who that?
Who me I talk about?
Tell me, man.
Cowboy, man, of SLR Radio in London.
Oh.
Yeah, man. So big up to Cowboy, the man from Nanaland, East, so-called Portland, who, you know,
all right. I want to talk to you, though. Hold on, I want to talk to you. Come nearer to the phone, man. I want to talk to you.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, hear me good, right?
Yes, I hear you good,
yes. Me get some voice clip from England. About you and Black and
Yeah, Rose.
don't watch that, man. Don't
watch it. Me not
Simple.
watch it. Listen, me watch it. Me listen.
Yeah, man, me say that. Yeah, you know.
All right, so.
Yeah.
How that go? Tell me how that go.
No, that just is a thing where Castro asked me to state what he did in 2002 when it was the 50th celebration of Elizabeth coming to the throne. Castro, me and him are brethren for about 50 years, and him phoned me and asked me to just state his role in doing in 2002 celebrations. Because at the time the government did say that people can have street parties and street dances all over Britain and things. So that is what it is, as simple as that. You know what I mean? Okay? And so now Cowboy, happy birth strong to him for the 23rd of March, and also my daughter whose birthday
hold on, you don't make nothing clearer to me now why you just say that for. That's not done the reasoning. You don't make nothing clearer to me. And clarity we are because I know everybody hear your side, right, you know. And the clarity.
Yes. Well, that is what I am saying.
You don't want to talk about it. Say you don't want to talk about it. You don't want to talk about it.
No, because I have said what I have said is that Castro phoned me from Jamaica and asked me in my capacity as a journalist, which I have done over the years to him and other people, to state his role in doing the celebration 2002.
Castro said not him didn't name it, but him did start.
No. It had no name. It had no name at the time. It had no name at the time. But what happened is that those celebrations took place. And one of the sounds that was used was Lord Gelly's sound, who is a brethren of mine. Lord Gelly is somebody who me write and publish in my magazine, a life story years ago as a sound system man in Britain. And I did recommend to Castro to use Lord Gelly, you know, as simple as that. Later on,
what the brethren say about, you say no, you refute that. Well, me give Castro Brown I refute it. Castro Brown I take up for your side. That's what Castro Brown I do.
Yes, because he knew that he asked me to just state what he had done in doing that. Yeah. Okay. So no offense is meant to anyone because nothing was done in any bad or malicious way. Simple. And nobody else's name was mentioned.
Okay.
Nobody else's name was mentioned in what Castro said he did.
So all the
in terms of doing the 2002 thing.
You know, the brethren are vexed because you never mentioned him started something and he must say him started.
Yeah, but what happened in 2002? What happened in 2002 have nothing to do with that because it never had a name then. But what happened in 2002 was celebrations because what Castro did was took advantage of the situation that the government said that people could have street parties and street dances. And through me and Castro are brethren because I was at the dances that took place. Not all of the time from morning to evening, but I was there part of the time. As me always used to check him at Colaba Lane and food place, Nyam Food, the 24-hour place. Simple as that. So so that is all bridge under the water and me Mandingo, the Gaviite, me don't have time to waste on foolishness or negative thing. Not that what you are saying is foolishness in terms of what we are talking, But me have better time to spend my resources to deal with pressing things to do with our African race. You understand what I deal with? Simple.
Yeah, the man style you up though, the man style you up away.
You know.
You didn't hear the voice note?
Yeah, well, Mouth, listen. Mouth makes you say anything. People can say whatever them want to say. The truth is the truth. Me is who me is Mandingo. Simple thing. See? Right? And no one can tarnish my reputation as a man, as a journalist, as a guardian, etc. Simple thing. Okay?
Alright.
You know what I mean?
Alright.
We don't have time to indulge in any form of self-destructive form of thing. Simple thing. Alright?
Alright, sir.
Yeah.
But we're supposed to talk to what name there?
We also happy Earthstrong to my nephew, Kaff. Noel, whose Earthstrong it is today, 22nd of March. Right? And also remembering that yesterday, Wednesday the 21st of March, is Sharpeville. The anniversary of Sharpeville yesterday, where 69 African men and women were murdered in 1960 by the racists in South Africa.
Yeah, man, give thanks to remind me about that.
Yes. Good for me to remind you about that. Yes, yesterday, Wednesday the 21st of March, to remember 69 of our African men and women, members of the Pan-Africanist Congress of Azania, organization that I work with from in the 80s with them chief representative, Brother Keke, in the early 80s in London, remembering them, and Sobukwe, who was the founder leader of the organization, Uncle Motopeng, and Sabelo Palmer, Brother Peter. You remember the other day I sent to the list of the PAC prisoners who are still in prison in South Africa?
Yeah.
I sent to the list, I know you got it and thing. Well, our brother Peter, Sompeta, who sent me that list after many years of me trying to get the list of the names. So you could read out the names on one of your programs, you know what I mean? Of that list that I sent you. And glad that was able to remind you about Sharpeville. And then we see what happened with thing there. With Sarkozy in France, that him been arrested. Yes, for getting money from Gaddafi, and that is really true, So chickens come home to roost, because he was one of those, sending the French jets that bombed Gaddafi, that led to Gaddafi's death.
Yeah, but Farrakhan they get money from Gaddafi too.
Who?
Farrakhan.
Well, many other people have gotten money
time did I help
from Gaddafi.
Organizations. Him did I help a whole heap of African organizations too.
Yes. Well, he put it this way. He gave them a lot of money, to push forward his position, because he wanted to be the president for Africa. I mean, that was his thing, and as a matter of fact, them did even have some ceremony one time where some of the
a whole heap of them did crown him King of Kings.
Yes, is that me just was about to say. Some of the so-called, some of the traditional chiefs and so on, say them crown him King of Africa, which of course most African people view that with ridicule, to say what kind of nonsense. You understand what I'm saying? Because him as an Arab Muslim, there's no way him could be king of no Africa, because we know say both the Arab Muslims and the European Christians have been our enemies. You understand what I say?
Yes.
You see?
Well, you may say now, within the thing, we were supposed to interview Omar tonight, but we don't know how we can get him, because me and him have come up, so Week after next. We and him come up the week after next. We're supposed to interview. I don't know which part I hurt him there. We get a message, we get a phone number, and we can't find him. So,
like him gone missing.
I don't know which part him there. We can't like him phone number like.
Yes, that's a bit yeah, that's a serious thing, you know.
Hope to see you when we come up there.
Yes. Well, hopefully, you have my number and connection, so you just link me so that we can know where we can link. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man. All
right. And thing. But once again, remembering our people, you know, from Sharpeville, the 69 men and women of the Pan-Africanist Congress who gave their lives on the 21st of March. 1960 in Sharpeville. And of course, we see the same land question, because what it was at Sharpeville was that the people protested outside the police station that they as Africans not carrying no more passbooks in their own country, the country of them birth, to move around in the country of them birth and which them own and thing. And for that they were shot down and murdered by the racists. And this is what led to the new phase of the revolutionary struggle against the racists then. Because let us remember that our people, before apartheid came about, because apartheid mean apart, this is about the 1940s and so, our people was always fighting to recover and to reclaim our land. So the struggle was not about living in certain areas and that type of thing. The struggle was always about fighting to reclaim our land, which was stolen and taken away from our people by murder. And as we're talking about that, is a big disappointment in Ghana there, where the current president, Adufo, I think his name is, you know, want to give the Americans a military base in Ghana, and people are up in arms in Ghana and outside against that, because that is direct colonialism.
But you say want to, them get that already. You say want to.
No. What I'm saying is that people in Ghana and outside of Ghana are protesting against this. I said that this thing must not go through.
Yeah.
That is what I'm saying. I say that this thing must not take concrete form, because this is disrespect to Marcus Garvey. This is disrespect to President Kwame Nkrumah, who was overthrown by the USA and the British regime, you know, through them MI6 and CIA, etc. And that is colonialism, because we do not want any non-African military base in Africa.
But a whole heap of them there, a whole heap of, Africa have the most military base by America anyway. It's not more than anywhere in the world. The
not as much as you are saying, you know, not as much officially, because most of the states have rejected that. Because what happened by having American military bases in the countries, you attract attack from people, forces who are against the USA. And that is a serious situation for Ghana, for example, because you will attract attacks from people who are enemies of the USA.
But did you, alright, you see what happened now, you see, alright now, you see China is posing a threat to American dominance in Africa. And one of the militarization of Africa is because them say China really have a foothold in there. And since from Obama time, they have been militarizing Africa. America has been militarizing Africa.
Yeah, to counter the Chinese influence and inroads in Africa. We know that. So what has happened is that we're having two powers, the USA and China, who are two foreign powers, jostling and fighting for the resources for Africa by diverse means.
No, the argument about Ghana, America in there long time since Obama. America in there already. You must say the first place Obama go outside right name there Ghana, you know.
No, I know he went there and he made speech and thing, but he never make speech and talk about how the Americans regime overthrew with the British help to overthrow President Kwame Nkrumah in 1966.
Obama for talk about America overthrew Ghanaian president, man.
No. What I'm saying, but he was so-called lecturing to the Ghanaians and telling them about so-called good governance and that type of thing, and not talking about the role, the illegal role of the U.S. in the very same Ghana. That's what I'm talking. Yeah, man. Yeah. We got cut off, you know.
I get cut off a while ago.
Yes. So that is what I'm saying. I'm talking about the hypocrisy of Obama, who was in his speech in Ghana talk about freedom and justice and good government and that type of thing, and not talking about the role, not just in Ghana but in other countries, in interfering in other countries with coups and overthrowing governments that them don't like and that type of thing, you see. And also him supported the racist economic sanctions against President Mugabe's government ZANU-PF to bring down to wreck the economy of Zimbabwe, etc. You know, I'm talking about that double standard where that is concerned. And another thing talking about West Africa is the ECOWAS new building that them want the Chinese to build. Now this is an insult to African civil engineers, mechanical engineers, telecommunications engineers, because we have enough money and engineers in Africa to build our own buildings. It's just like how the Chinese, the new AU building,
was
built by the Chinese.
The Chinese build a parliament building in the Congo, and the Chinese possibly might build a parliament building in Jamaica. So I don't know if you know that.
Yes, and what I'm saying is that this reflects badly on some of our people, because we have the engineers in all fields who can build these buildings, and we have the money too. And if we're talking about Marcus Garvey, self-reliance and that type of thing, this is what should happen. This is sending a wrong signal to our younger generation about self-reliance and self-pride. We're not supposed to want the Chinese to be building any buildings for us. When we have our own engineers who can and do real buildings. And we have the money, because Africa is the richest continent on the planet.
And the poorest people, them.
Yes, and the poorest people, because of foreigners like them who come and plunder and rob Africa, because them get help from traitors within Africa who help them to rob Africa of its resources. Because Africa, being the richest continent on the planet, so its people, our African race, should have the highest standard of living on the planet. The second largest planet, the richest planet, second largest continent, the richest continent, our people, our African race should have the highest standard of living. But this is not so, evidenced by the Congo in Central Africa, for example, whose people should have the highest standard of living. But non-African, Europeans and otherwise, don't want Congo to be united, because they know the potential for a Congo and the rest of Africa if our resources were used to cater and satisfy the demands of our African race. And this is our task as Pan-Africanist. Yes, indeed.
Yeah.
All right, so big up to Tough. Noel, my nephew, Earth Strong, as we say, Thursday. And also Cowboy, SLR Radio.
Yeah, we want to yell them up too. You know, want to yell
everyone
them up. All of them are SLR. We want to yell them up. Give thanks.
Yes, give thanks. Yes.
This is the Coaching Edge on RFM. You know, I bridging just called me a while ago. I mentioned MPLA. Well, see the tune, yeah? Yes, this is the Coaching Edge. Yes, EL.
Yellow Muta.
Blessed man.
I go down. Enough things are going on in the earth and under the earth.
I tell you, I'm on top of the earth.
Yes, on top and inside of the earth too. Yes, I. And whole of things are going on in the mood.
I tell you.
Because they take a stock, you know, of the greater realities, you know. Mankind have nowhere to go around and down like him and Mickey Mouse. Because all of them know, I wonder which we have to run go now. Because America have fire, they have snowstorm and them have a flood.
Yeah, and shootings.
So remember them say, you shall run up and down and you look for hide and can't hide.
Because you have the rock are going to have a hiding place for itself.
Eh?
They shall run to the rock, but the rock are going to need a hiding place for itself.
Exactly, my brethren. Now, you see, you see, in this time, you know, black people, the white man condemn in such a way that them don't realize the big trick that take place with them, you know. Because you them get them in a religious frame to say fear God, and God I got this and God I got that. See? Right. Now, black people know God is an everlasting loving God. Him now no time to talk about putting a lake of fire, roof of fire. I hear talk about the blood business and all this madness with them liquor. What you call them? Yeah. What them call them? What them used to call the white man? What them call the white man, man?
What will you name them call him?
Yes, man. Give me pagan, man.
Huh?
Pagan rituals.
Okay.
Saying the pagan is him. And the white man don't realize him's a little inferior guy to the black man. How him do? Him come with the tricks in trade. And him give them some bling bling and everybody now start running down the bling.
Yeah.
Them come down with him Bible and show him how to get you civilized. Then where you that do all these years before the white man come?
Me I said too.
Then what were you doing? We cultivate and eat food. Him come to the black man, sit down at him door, lean him head on a piece of stone, him realize it's a gold rock. Him get excited, then black man does say, wait, what are you excited about? A rock? Come on, business, this is like, we don't know if we use gold. You take it as natural, say, don't catch the door with it.
Yeah.
You know about the process. You know when we process if you want to process it. Them say the black man again no muta. Attack to the tree and laugh with the tree. Them say, my idiot. Some see? Them say, we are idiot, you know.
Yeah.
Now, when the black man show them, say, no, man. Everything we are connected to everything and we are a part of the whole.
Yes.
The black man is with nature and nature is with him.
Yes.
God is with us every time.
No, of course. Him can't
and them say, all right, look at the big trick again now. Them want God to come.
When am I going to come? And it's supposed to be everywhere.
God going to come and God is already here.
He's supposed to be everywhere, so him can't come.
In infinite.
Watch out. If you say God has come, it implies say him there
somewhere else. There. Because this again, look at this big trick again, Muta. Them say God say, come let us. Whom that talk to? He moot? Who was he speaking to?
Talk to, man.
Eh?
I'm the that talk to.
No, man. That is where me hold you with now, Mr. Muta, man.
Eh?
You know that talk to? My brother that talk to Mother God.
I say I, you know, I never say you.
I represent one person or per many person. I and I.
Yeah, that me I talk about. I and I am talk to.
Tin.
I say I, you know, but I think you want to hear I and I.
No, but you see, them say Father God, you know. Now you say, I bring in the word Father. It represent who? The male.
Yeah, you must have a
now,
father too.
Yes, Muta, how you becomes a father?
I become a father because I did there with a woman.
Exactly. And the word exactly now, Muta, put us in front of that and tell me what you get.
Talk, man.
Well, you want your brethren talk. Me there to talk tonight with you, no Muta. I don't know if I mean who will learn now, who will learn till the program done in all at daytime and night.
Who I hear you, man?
My brethren,
Yeah.
you see you both, you know me know you good, you know. I'm a true history already of the eye. Life them say life full of mystery and history. Now the white man come tell you his story.
Yeah.
Who tell our story?
And that's
Yeah,
what we talked about a while ago. We just
story.
say it. We just talk about that a while ago.
I know that. I don't listen to the program, my brethren. Enough respect in all aspects. Now, my brethren, when you started out as a poet, and you done a golden print tree at evening time.
East Street.
Eh? East Street. Me's a city man, no Muta. But born under the clock, as we always say it. In the heart of Kingston. Fletcher's land, me born as a youth in high time. When my mother said, come here, your time to come and hurt. Because I show you a thing again, no Muta. Woman have 2 birthday and gem woman have birthday. Woman give birth, you know.
Yeah,
but man alone don't get birthday.
Yes.
Time we come and hurt.
Yeah. Woman have birthday and earth
2 days. She have a birthday and a birthday.
Yes.
See? Now they hear the big trick again. Question the white man's a little idiot, you know. No, not more nature. Him come and tell you now right now is morning. My book is night. It is night because nature says that. You can't change night today. When night is night, and you come to me with a morning.
Well, if you change night to day, a whole heap of people are going to run away.
Tell me now, since him is the power, you see the big trick, him just come and look up trick you know, and come and tell yourself tonight is a morning, 12 o'clock midnight, Rastafari, check it out. And by a minute after that is morning. Eh? Muta, we don't take away for that. We know eat that, you know. Black man, yes, look like a fool, but he went to school long before you even have read the band. When, you know, say, Winston Churchill write a book. So the white man, when the white man and yam them one another and live in a cave, the black man was soaring. Muta, you ever heard that about flying carpet?
Yeah.
It's not a myth, that, you know. Black people created such things as flying carpet.
Oh, yeah?
Yes, I.
But now I'll go with you with that one, they do.
You know why you go with me. Reality is there and the history is there. To be
I'll go with you with that one there.
You know why you go with me, Muta?
Eh?
One of them believe that Christ going to come out of the sky, you know. And the ascension, you know. The ascension is within yourself.
No,
you want to ascend, you have to come within yourself and ascend to the greater level of understanding of the divine order.
No, what I say, if you believe it's a flying carpet, then you can't believe that Jesus.
It's not a belief in a Muta. It exists.
Yeah.
You understand? It's not belief. Artifacts. You know, the brother there, some American
What
soldier.
time in African history did have flying carpet?
Yeah, Africa, man.
No, what time in African history did have flying
We
carpet?
are back in the same Egyptian days when the black kings used to. All right, I want to show you a big trick now. When them da kill off the young baby them, and
who did that kill off the young baby them?
Mary and Joseph have to run from Jerusalem
Yeah, that's the story. Yeah.
to Egypt. What is the distance, Muta, from Jerusalem to Egypt?
Yeah.
And how them reach Egypt on donkey?
No, them could have go camel too.
Camel? How fast the camel going travel?
No, no fast. Them could have traveled from camel and reach there.
But how long do they took to reach
I
there?
don't know, but you see,
I'm
them
no.
from Makeda travel from Ethiopia go to Jerusalem, them say.
I know, but on a different principle.
So you say it's camel, in a camel do that?
No, I mean, I talk about camel do that.
All right, no, so
camel
you say
did that.
it's a carpet.
No, it's not a carpet.
No.
It's for Mary and Joseph business was not carpet.
It was what?
You see the star them say over Bethlehem?
Yeah.
It was a craft.
No, I say, all right.
What them think was a star.
So
them can't define it, so them see this light a beam down and them call it star. Oh, star
all the
star
cross
move.
reach there, all the cross reach there.
Oh, star move. What do you mean how the craft reach the motor?
No, let me ask you how the star.
The car don't fly just like a plane will fly.
All right, let me ask you a question now.
Yeah.
So you get credence to the story then that a man born somewhere and a cross show the people them which part him the day.
A craft, no man a craft tell them which part him the people them know say, just radical guys them know say the great Messiah go born. But them don't know who, them say kill off a baby born within a certain time frame. The same thing them do to Moses, you know.
Yeah, but them story, they are stories still.
A story, but regardless, that's
allegories
story.
them.
Them black people say when if you no go so, you go near the go so.
No, I don't real something though. Allegories. The people
I mean, no
talk
real.
about something to
Move all right. Stick up in. I just tell you about the man in Afghanistan.
Eh?
The American soldier them were going around Kiev and go broke up a Vermana. A Haitian flying machine. They not escape over 5,000 years old.
Hear me say now.
Yeah.
You see, true, we don't want leg up for them story. We still
no,
use them story.
I don't see them story.
You know, listen to me I say now. Listen to me I say. You see the story where them tell we where we are fight against now. Because we don't want leg up for them story. Even though we are fight against them story, because we don't want to let it go. We start to now configure it a different way to make it make sense. So that is how you come now with it's not a star, it's a cross, and it's flying carpet. Because we realize that for them story stupid, we know I make the story now even more stupid.
You see that
it's stupid. We show it where we are configuring
it. In Egypt, you know, see, them show you the craft have different style. In the how much 1,000 years these things are done.
Which cross?
Eh?
Which cross in Egypt?
You know, so you ever see on the hieroglyphs, them you see like helicopters and these things.
Yeah, but me ask you, but that means so what? That means so what?
So how comes them draw these things? All right, in a book
how come them draw these things? Then we not talk about things that are going to happen like 1,000 years from now, man.
We not talk about things that are happening with what them have these drawings.
I never said they don't have the drawing, but I said we know, I construct things. We're going to make sense all 100 years from now, 1,000 years from now.
We are constructing to do that.
Yeah.
That is what we are doing now, don't it?
Yeah. So when I know this fight club, you have to tell me now, what concern me now is that you have to tell me what time in African history you did have flying carpet.
The time?
Yeah. What time
you
in
want
African
a time frame
history? It is documented.
It is documented, but when the white man got this to when them burn up the library in Alexandria and destroy a lot of Haitian manuscripts, why them did that?
No, all right, if they burn it up, all we know about it, all we know about the flying carpet. What time in our history Africans used to fly upon carpet? That is what I ask you.
No, your carpet is not like the way you want to put on your floor.
No, wait. I can explain something. I can explain what I talk about.
Okay.
All right. You see, you talk about them burn up books. All right. But the knowledge where you have, you still have the knowledge. So it's not the book it's not the book them burn up make you have the knowledge, you know. All right. So the knowledge where you are talking about now, me want to find out what time in African history them used to have man fly upon carpet because me know. Me read that in Arab. Me read that in Arab fairy tales.
Arab fairy tales.
Yeah, flying carpet and them thing there.
In Arab, the Arab them have a fairy tale.
Eh?
We not them have a fairy tale about it.
Yeah, man, them have fairy tale about flying carpet.
So,
other thing them have.
So if them have a fairy tale about that now, when did the Arab them? Where should them get that fairy tale story from?
Oh, you mean them man don't make up things or them want to make up things, man?
Okay. So you agree so when them come to Africa,
just like how them make up some man
and build up a fairy tale of
12 fish. Wait there. Just like how them make up some man feed 5,000 fish people with 5 fish and 12 barley loaf. I make up things that not go so.
Oh, not go so. I hear you, my brethren. So there's no such thing as miracle then?
No, I never say. Yeah, when I said to you, say, no go so.
So it go.
Oh, I mean, how it go? There was
you
nothing like that.
Which way did it go?
I tell you, I must tell you how it go.
No, you say it don't go so.
Yeah, then it don't go so. To me, it never happened. There was no man feed 5,000 people with 12 fish.
People just imagine these things then.
No, they make it up. Stories is allegories. Wait, no, it's allegories, brethren. It's like a man I tell you something, but it means something else. So you must take it literal. To say it happened that way there.
We are not stick up in number, brother.
Yeah.
Let us reason, regardless of the season.
Yeah.
Now, you see an allegory. A guy just make up a
no,
story.
You know what is an allegory? All right, hold on there. I don't want to continue. I want to continue.
No, man.
Hold on. Adrian.
Yes, Muta.
All right. So, We are talking about the bread and fish a while ago, but it's really the carpet.
Bread and fish,
thing
you
want to
mentioned
ask
about bread and fish.
Eh?
You love bread and fish?
The bread and fish, yeah.
You ask if you love bread and fish.
Eh?
You love bread and fish?
No, me not eat fish.
Or you eat what?
Eh?
Festival?
Me not hear you.
You ask if you eat festival?
If me eat festival? First time, yeah.
First time. So where you really love right now to eat?
When me love to eat?
Mm-hmm.
But I tell you when me love to eat.
A whole heap of things.
Me love eat vegetables, me love
right
eat
on, and fruits.
Fruits and vegetables.
And nuts.
Yeah, well, yes, yeah.
Well, it's a very deep thing. So you have to catch water out of the well sometime. No more time in the 60s, you see?
Yeah.
When I reach certain heart attack. I used to tell the people that the future is coming when people are going to talk on phone and see them one of them. It's commonplace right now, don't it?
People that talk on phone long before the 60s.
Huh?
People that talk on phone before the 60s.
And I hear them saying.
No, me not hear.
I said in the 60s, I tell them we have phone now and people are going to talk to them when they can see each other.
People are going to talk what?
Huh?
What you say?
In the 60s, I tell people it will come that man are going to look on one another on phone and talk to them friend far and foreign and all about.
Yeah, but that did happen before the 60s.
That happened before the 60s?
Yeah, man. It
never
to the public, but it did happen before the 60s.
I ask you a question, Mota.
Yeah.
If a lot of cellular phone, the hardner man can't talk to him friend.
No, but
it was
it happened before the 60s.
But the selected few used to have those things.
It don't matter, but when I say it did not happen before that, them did have them things there before that. It just never make public to the normal people.
I hear you say don't make public, but what I'm saying, it come to make public now, don't it?
Yeah.
Like because one time was them long phone and the black phone.
No, but how that have to do with the flying carpet? What that have to do with the flying carpet?
No, you don't talk about development, brethren.
No, but it's just true. The time I look on it. The time I look on
it. Flying carpet, but me I show you one right now that was being spoken of, and some people never believe me when me talk that.
No, all right. So me no believe say you have flying carpet. So you have to tell me now at what time in African history.
Well, man, you talk about time. Let us examine something about time now. See? What is the name there? The time frame in Ethiopia right now? On them calendar.
It's about 8 hours. 8 hours.
8 hours? No, I'm not talking about 12 o'clock time, you know. Which year now it day night Ethiopia right
8 years. 8 years. 7 years up. 7 years to 8 years up.
Behind,
yeah.
That is a time frame, though.
Yeah,
so which one is the time right now? For them, Ethiopia's time or our time in the West?
No, but we know why that happened.
You talk about time, brethren. Times have a very vast vibration.
So what that have to do with what we are talking about?
Time you talk about, if you tell you about flying carpet, well, we are come to flying carpet, we are talking about some time now.
Stick up in.
You stick more than people.
A while ago, you just say that in the 60s.
Me, I read and I tell people say
all right, so that is a time you give me. You give me a time. You give me in the 60s. 60s is a time. You give me a time in the 60s. I simply ask you, when you talk about flying African, you need to fly on flying carpet. I ask you a simple question, you know. What time in history Africans used to fly upon carpet? Just give me a time. If it's
you want a time frame, you want a time like what?
Historically. Give me a historical time.
Okay, 2,000 years before Christ.
People that fly upon flying carpet.
Yeah.
Which part in Africa that happen?
How that time you feel?
No, I ask you, no.
One second, me ask you.
No, I know for me, you know, I your knowledge me I go with. I your knowledge me I go with, you know. I your knowledge me I go with.
Knowledge, okay, all right.
Yeah, so what me I say to you now, you say 2,000 years BC, Africans did fly upon carpet.
More than that, I'm had a...
No, we're not talking about more than that. The carpet me I talk about.
Well, me hear that, but me I tell you, other equipment them a fly upon too.
No, we not, yeah,
that
but we are talking about the carpet.
One aspect.
Brethren, at the carpet we are talking about. Not
you want to stick to carpet, we don't go on the carpet.
Them fly upon a broom too. Them go down and fly upon a broom.
Because one time you that wear shoes and now you say stop wear shoes.
Yeah, so me ask you now, in which part of Africa the man them 2,000, 4,000 years ago did a fly upon carpet? Which part of Africa?
Which part of the Dogon race there?
The Dogon them in a Timbuktu, in a Mali.
No,
So the
which
Dogon
part of the
used to fly
Dogon
upon
people say them come from?
Eh?
Which part of the Dogon race say them come from?
The Dogons them come from in a Mali.
On earth, yes, sir. Them live down a Mali, but me ask you, which part of the Dogon race say them come from?
Them no, the Dogons come from Mali.
The Dogon have them history, you know. You
People tell you that Jesus Christ come from the sun in the sky. That don't have nothing to do with where him come from actually.
Who that?
The man where them call Jesus.
No, that fiction name that, you know.
Alright, Yahshua. People say Yahshua. People talk about the sons of God, so that the daughters of men were fear in a Genesis. All of these stories them talk. It don't eliminate the fact that it's human beings them are talk about.
Yes, a human being they talk about.
So the Dogons, the Dogons, no matter what them want to tell you, them have parents on the earth, and it's the earth them come from. The Dogon people is
so
human beings
Dogon say that
from
them
the
never
earth.
originate from earth. What you say about that?
Eh?
The Dogon tell you say them didn't originate on the earth.
A whole heap of tribal people tell you that. If you go amongst if you go to the Native American, them tell you that. Me go amongst Hopi Indian,
Yeah,
me
live
go
down in
amongst
the- down in the
Aboriginal
ground.
people, me go amongst all of these people, me go amongst Africa, me tell you say, them tell you about all of the in Ghana, them tell you about the stool, the golden stool that come from out of the sky, where the chief them sit down upon. Those
So
things is talk.
you tell them certain things that a fiction them a tell you?
Eh?
When them reason and tell you that, when you tell them it's a fiction them a tell you?
No, I listen to them.
You listen most naturally.
Yeah, I listen to them, but I don't accept that. I don't accept it. And sometimes me and them in an argument too. I don't
Most
accept
naturally, because if you wait for us to learn, you know, you have to question things, just like you ask me about carpet.
Yeah, them me not question them argument. Me question them argument. I say most of the time when I listen to them, I don't. It's not like a radio thing we are talking about. Just no. You go among some people.
Man a reason, man.
You go among some people and you hear them and tell them story, right? And you still don't listen to them story. After a while now, you go back and you think back, and the next time you go there again and you talk about it, and then you start to question them story. No,
yeah, because
you tell me say
you get a fraction of the story. You question it.
Of course, me question it because there's no time in Africa that man used to fly on carpet.
It's a fraction of the whole.
There's no time in African history that people used to fly upon carpet. No time in African history. Those things is Arab fables that come to appear that just the 12 fish, the 4 barley loaf and the 12 fish feed 5 people. Those things is allegories. It's allegories. You know what is an allegory? You know what is an allegory, brethren?
You tell me now.
An allegory is like a parable. It's like a story. It's like a Brother Nancy. You believe in a Brother Nancy?
Brother Nancy is a spider, eh? That's the African story.
We talk. Him talk. Like, you believe a spider in Africa that talk, brethren?
Hold on, stick up in no Muta. You talk about African story and
no, you believe sir. No, answer me now. You believe sir. A spider was talking in Africa amongst the Ashanti people them.
No, hold on, my brethren.
No, don't you have to hold on. Just answer yes or no. There's a story about a spider named Anansi in folk tales in Africa in Asante.
So what would you
if you accept say a
spider? What you say about that?
Eh?
What would you say about that? You ask me if we believe. You are telling me them say you ask if spider talk. So me ask if me tell you say the people them talk to the spider. What I say? And the talk.
I not talk about them talk to the spider. I talk about the spider talk. I never tell the people them not talk to the spider. Me talk to the lizard. Me damn yard and I talk to the lizard.
Right.
Me damn yard and I talk to the dog. But the dog talk back to me. So me I ask you if you believe say spiders in Africa named Nancy was talking.
So the spider, so do you hear that story now and what your opinion about that?
No, but you not answer me, brethren. You ask me back a question and you not answer me.
You reason it out.
No, me ask you if...
The question you ask, which when you ask a question, you ask an abrupt answer, eh?
No, the question when me ask you, because I can't bother go by the thing on the program, don't know, you know. Me ask you if you believe say, there was a time in Africa, in the Asante Kingdom, where them did have a spider named Nancy that was talking.
So look like good dig him up.
All right, here one now. It's the next time for this argument.
Respect.
We have to move.
Every time.
Give thanks. Yes. Matrix. You can there again. 1 minute past 2 o'clock. We take over the man program. Sorry, Bridget. Sorry, Reggie, but you don't know what's it. I saw it go. I saw it go. So, forgive me. No, here I know. I can tell you something now. You see me now? You see Jesus. I can tell you a story about Jesus now. You see Jesus come to me as a white man, you know. In my psyche, from your picnic, Jesus is a white man. You see me now? Me not going to change Jesus' color and then think about him like all Europeans give me to think about him. So me just banish that out of my head. See? So now, me not going to say Jesus black and then now start to say him feed 5,000 people with fish. Because I agree with it now, you know, saying black. So true, me saying black now, you know. All the things them with the white Jesus in my mind did I do. Me I think now say the black Jesus in my mind, I do it. But true, me don't want to say white Jesus, no, me say black Jesus. And so me I give him the same attributes as the white Jesus. Well, me know that. Because whether it's a black Jesus or a white Jesus, the story don't make no sense. The story don't make no sense. I mean, I'm going to say because it's a black Jesus now, it makes sense. Because me change the color and put it in the next way. You understand? So now, the story, the brethren just start about star. You see them telling in the Bible say a star go over the place where a star go over the place where Jesus born. All right now. Him said not a star, it's a cross. In other words, now, him give credence to the story, you know, but because him don't want to accept that story there, that way there now. Him put a twist on the story and still accept the same story. You understand? All right. Me doing that. Me know say not go so. Not go so. So if not go so, me not go twist it to make it make sense. If it don't have no sense in the beginning, if something start at the wrong premise when it start, it can't write down at the bottom. You know, see, from it wrong up here, so it going wrong down there, so. You can't say 1 and 1 is 4 and expect to get the answer down there, so right. It just don't make no sense. You understand? So, I understand the reasoning them, and I understand these things, but you see, how difficult to mention a spider. I mean, I want the Dogons, them say, them don't come from this planet, you know. And make go amongst a whole heap of indigenous people who say the same thing about themselves, you know. Because them don't want, the knowledge where them have about for them environment and things, a whole heap of people just find out these things. It's like our granny used to tell you, say, Cersei good for that and that good for that. And people come and say, they don't know nothing about that, but years after, it's like Rasta. Rasta did tell people, say, ganja good for this, and nobody no want to believe Rasta. And Rasta come now and say, see there, ganja, but it's a real thing. You can scientifically show, says that. No Dogon and no Aboriginal person can prove to you, say, them come from a different planet. Not no go so. Them have parents that live on earth. Them born on earth, them come through sex, them bring on earth, and there's no indigenous person will live on the planet right as or now. Come from a different planet can show you, say, well, really, now, we never really come from here so originally, you know. Every man with upon the planet come from a woman, plan the planet. And the argument about a virgin birth and what them call Michael, the archangel, them think they just story. I mean, now I go twist it round to make it make sense. It don't make no sense. It don't make sense that in the beginning God created the heaven and the earth, and then now you say 6 days make the earth, and then now you say 6,000, the earth is 6,000 years old, human beings. It don't make no sense. Because I mean, no say, historically, scientifically, people can prove, say, the earth there millions of years ago, and them can prove that scientifically. Just like how we are here, that's like we hear someone talk about the earth flat. And then I tell you, say, no out there, no other planet, no out there. And the earth, no, it's like, you understand? It's like I want to try twist around the thing now, because white people did say that. Them come now and twist it around to say this. Oh, well, but things the white people say, it's true, you know. And you have to discern in your consciousness, discern in your thinking. Say, but wait there, this makes sense. And you can't prove these things. It's not like something like religion, you know, where religion a man just come tell you something right now and you say, well, if you don't accept the Lord, I'm going to burn you up in a fire. What fire? Where is that fire? It's like the other day when some man are telling them to take me off of the radio. Them tell me to take me off of the radio. Here one now. We are interview a woman and she tell about them bring some people from down there. They are going to have some convention, some for save Jamaica, supernatural intervention. Them call it supernatural intervention. And she said about when the Lord come. So I said to the lady, when you say the Lord come, what you mean? Don't God supposed to be omnipresent? So if you say him coming, it implies say him not here, so. And if him reach over here, so it implies him not over where him coming from. Some people write on thing, on the internet, what them call it, network, what them call them, social media. So them go call the what them broadcasting commission to take me off of the radio. And now me ask them to interview them, you know, and them come want me interview them, you know, and when me know, because me not sit down and I stop with them and say, no, me a question anything, but when you talk about God a come, what do you mean God a come? You imply him not there, so. I mean, no, say if God is omnipresent, him there everywhere, him can't on somewhere where him not there. That is like saying, no, God a go, like God a go create a stone where him can't lift up. Then if him can't lift up the stone, it means say him not all powerful. You know, see? Them tell them I go tell. More than like him tell Cardell say, what me say? Cause me would turn up in front of Cardell and say, Cardell, me ask the man one question. It's a question me ask. If God come in, it implies that him is not here, so. And if him come here, so, it implies him not over there, so. So my concept of this thing where them call God means say, him there everywhere. Or it there everywhere. And if it there everywhere, there's no coming and going with it. You know, see it? It's just simple. When me still up on the radio, since that happened, me still up on the radio, so obviously, it's frightening them, I'm frightened. I mean, I apologize for what I say. No, you know, it's some little uptown people, them, you know, who are bring them savior come here, you know. Just like how you see the Indian, them, I bring them savior come here, so. And some little uptown people, we keep convention in the place down a Montego Bay. And them want Mutabaruka do the interview. And when Mutabaruka do the interview now, them want Mutabaruka take off Mutabaruka off of the radio. That take more than that to take off me off of the radio. It take more than that to take me off of the radio. Oh. A joke business. Joke business. And we don't stop say it, always say it. Because we don't know it no other way. We's not no what you call university graduate. We know for mince word and turn around and make it sound a different way. We'll say it or we'll see it come to an end. You know, see it? So me know say, every man with upon the earth come from a woman. And his ancestors come from a woman. You understand? And me know those stories where me say, and me say it's allegories. What is an allegory? An allegory is a story told in a metaphorical way. You're trying to say something, but you don't come out with it. You paint a picture or you write a poem. And then you say, no, okay, like a Nancy. Nancy's story is allegories. There's no brother Nancy. When you go to Africa, you go to Ashanti, they might tell you, say, they're brother Nancy. But there's no time when Spider was talking to people. It's an allegory, it's a story, just like in the Bible. There's a lot of allegories in the Bible. Yeah, it's a story for make you understand the thing on the next level. You know, see, so when a man say 5,000 people get feed with 4 fish and 5 barbel, how much fish and how much barbel, that is not real. It's not real. So who are crucify me because I say that not real? Because people want to believe that really happening in them life. That a man chew down a rod and it turn into snake, and then the next man come chew down more rod, and then the one rod eat up the next rod, and then hold up back the rod, and then the donkey did attack, and snake attack in the garden, and those things is not real. Yeah, because, oh, you mean? And look what man I do now. Look what man I do. Man I make what you call artificial intelligence. And they might show you, say this artificial intelligence, because this cell phone thing is an artificial intelligence, you know. And now they might build you, they might build people. Them just make one in Arabia, you know. They make a robot, a citizen, you know. A female robot. In a Saudi Arabia. They make the robot a citizen of Saudi, you know. And they might develop more. So, anyway, I'll give you a program, Richard. I'll give you a program. This is the continent. I can't regard it, believe you me. Who are you love Simone outside, you know. Simone, I love you more than Jesus love little children. We've been there for a long time, so I don't know where them switch you for, but I know you want to go back to your dating. But I love when you're outside there. Believe you me. Who are you love? We don't want you love over here, you know, because him give you a number here, we can't get him. No, the humanity are drift, man, because we want to believe too much. It's believe business. And some people are believe, and I go like I cannot believe them believe too. You know, see, some people are believe before the thing is proven. Outside of belief system, outside of supernatural thing, just accept the thing naturally, natural, nature. Nature is not a complex thing, you know. It's where man make complex, but nature not a complex thing. No, but that me I saw you know, say, if you tell them to fly, them never believe it at all. Then if you can't fly, man, you have to go in a plane for fly, man. Until that day. Because I remember I said, plane couldn't, two man, them right brothers come now, and go make plane fly and all them something, and the man that try all the while. Because man, I'll draw a plane and couldn't make it fly, you know. And that me I show you know, like it's look on this now. At Easter now, you know, so it's what them I show you now. Them I reiterate the same Jesus argument, because you can't get rid of it. You can't get rid of that story there, you know. So it's either you accept it or don't accept it. Because them have them advertisement on the television. This time of year, you just bombard you, and you just get it in your consciousness, and you just believe it. And you have millions of people with dead for that story there. This story about Easter, you have millions of people with dead feet. You know, see it? Because my great-grandparents dead and believe what them have read and everything. And now man come now show you, tell them thing there. Anyway, perpetuate the reason now. But why you look me hungry? We know so we can come forward there. And we not talk about this tomorrow neither, you know. We don't want a man call me and talk about it at all. A different story, different reasoning, different thinking, different kind of music, everything. You understand? Then when I come perpetuate the same reasoning, we not entertain the reasoning, that reason, yeah. We're gone.